Hello, Facebook Live. We are live here in the White Oak Athletic Association. My name's Nick Lendl alongside Joe Dombrowski for Proving Ground 8. About to get underway in just a few short hours. Tickets will be available at the door. There's still time to get here, but stay tuned for important information because you are going to be able to stream this event live as it's happening, Joe.
And, you know, the amazing thing about tonight, this is where we discover the next crop of talent for IWC. Proving Ground over the years has gotten us talent like Andrew Pallas, Britt Baker, Darren De Niro, Calvin Couture, Katie Arquette. How about last year, the Man Diamond Johnny Patch rose to the occasion. You have 6 or 8 young athletes at the cusp of breaking out into their professional wrestling career. We're 100% live. There's no safety net. Anything can happen. The pressure's on for these guys to prove themselves here at Proving Ground.
And some of these new superstars are going to get right in the action really fast as some of them are competing in tonight's main event. In tonight's main event, it's a huge mixed tag team match as Katie Arquette teams with Calvin Couture and Mambo Italiano to face the team of Danny Gray, the 5 Alarm Fire, Jason Tyler, and Isaiah Wolf.
Well, Hollywood Couture continues to expand. They continue to grow, and they have the success, they have the money, they have the attention. But how about how Katie was humiliated over the course of 2019 thus far by Danny Gray? Danny Gray instrumental in the loss of Katie Arquette's IWC Women's Championship to Madison Rain. There are big-time dues to be paid. Is Danny Gray, does she know what she's getting into? Is she prepared for this? Or is this going to be a Hollywood Couture bloodletting?
Well, I can tell you this. I've been working alongside Danny Gray closely for the last few months. She is so excited for tonight. She wants to show IWC and the entire wrestling community what she can bring to the table. The only problem is, Joe, like you said, the IWC Women's Champion wants to get a little bit of that revenge as well. Also, ladies and gentlemen, another tag team match. When I looked at this, I had to look 3 or 4 times because I can't see how this is going to work. Bulk Nasty will team with Zander Gabriel, another newcomer making his debut tonight, and they will face the team of Dan Hooven and a mystery partner. This was supposed to be Jamie Jamison. Unfortunately, if you follow IWC on social media, Jamie Jamison, suffering an unfortunate injury, will be unable to compete tonight. But Dan Hooven says he has someone ready to step up.
Bulk Nasty is mad, bad, and dangerous to know. I don't know how anybody's going to get along with Bulk Nasty unless, well, there's a little payola involved. We'll see, but the Bulk Hooven issues are well documented over the years. Hooven's well traveled. He's got a lot of friends. This could be anybody in IWC, out of IWC. We understand that who Hooven has, Bulk Nasty and his tag team partner need to be ready, and I can't wait to find out who Hooven's got backing him up.
Well, as you can see, action going on behind us. This is a joint event tonight. Right now, we're in the process of a huge Jakara event happening right behind us. And some of those superstars from Jakara will be competing tonight at Proving Ground. The first of which will be John Francis as he takes on another debuting superstar, the Lebanon Dawn, Joey Moses.
Yeah, just what we need. A couple of athletes who, once again, a little bit inflated sense of self here in IWC Wrestling. We already have enough bow ties. We have enough people who feel that they're a little bit better than everybody else. But we're going to add potentially a couple more to the pile here tonight. Again, it's 2 debuts, one an in-ring debut, one an IWC debut. You can only have one chance to make a good first impression, and tonight we're going to find out which one of these athletes wants it more.
Well, it looks like the theme of the night is kind of throwing people together, seeing what happens. We got another tag team. Now, they've been teaming for the last few months, Chris LaRusso and Jock Sampson. Unfortunately, we've been hearing them all over social media and any real platform they have. But they're going to be teaming tonight against another duo making their debut. It's Spencer Slate and Zach Nystrom from the IWA Academy making their debut tonight. How are they going to fare against 2 veterans like Chris LaRusso and Jock Sampson, Joe?
Well, it's been no respect from Jock Sampson and Chris LaRusso. They've been on respective losing streaks. They have an alliance of convenience. They have an alliance forged by the fact they don't feel they get the respect they deserve here in IWC. And imagine the egg on their face. No disrespect to Zach and Spencer, but imagine the egg on their face if they lose tonight. Jock Sampson's been in the game. Chris LaRusso's been in the game 15-plus years. If they are defeated tonight by a couple of rookies, man, we may never hear the end of it.
And moving on, more tag team action. It's another huge 6-man tag team match featuring the Bearcat Keith Hot, one of IWC's most popular fan favorites, if you want to say that, teaming up with 2 guys that made their debut at this very event last year, Philip Archer and Stevie LaBelle, but their opponents, the Board of Education. What can you tell us about this Board of Education? I know chest flexors involved. And if he's involved, let me just take it away, Joe. I don't know.
Chest flexor, has a whistle. He's got a really short pair of shorts. And he's always got that weird sideways look in his eye where you're not really sure what he's thinking. You're not really sure if somebody else is driving. This is a sharp left turn for what we've seen from Chest Flexor. But then again, Flexor's been swerving down that highway the entire way. We got a vice principal here tonight that's going to make his presence known, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Keith Hot is full of guts. He's full of tenacity, and you got Stevie LaBelle, who's become a cult sensation. Philip Archer, he always shows up. He's always ready for opportunity. He's prepared for absolutely anything. And Stevie and Philip haven't gotten the same attention after last Proving Ground that Mandime and Johnny Patch have. Maybe they can change that here tonight.
Well, you talk about make or break here at Proving Ground. This is the event where you can show yourself. Like you mentioned, Johnny Patch getting a lot of huge opportunities after a huge matchup with DJZ last year at Proving Ground. And the other man you mentioned, the Mandime Elijah Dean, getting a huge opportunity tonight, one-on-one with the world heavyweight champion, Wardlow.
I don't know if Mandime has a death wish. I don't know if he realizes you poke that dog enough, eventually he's going to snap. Every single day on social media, Mandime has been pushing Wardlow's buttons. And it may have a lot of, it may seem like a good idea behind a computer screen. He may have a lot of chutzpah and guts behind a computer screen, but he's going to have to man up and face Wardlow one-on-one tonight. IWC Championship. Wardlow is unstoppable. He's impenetrable. He is dominant. And Mandime, less than 1 year in the game, thinks he's got a formula, thinks he can get inside Wardlow's head. It could be the Mandime inside a 6-foot grave by the end of tonight.
Well, playing on what you said, Joe, the Mandime thinks he's in Wardlow's head because he's been calling him out on social media day after day, and Wardlow's kind of ignored it, Joe. You know, he hasn't responded. He hasn't reached out to Mandime to let him know how his feelings are. I think Wardlow's going to wait till that bell rings and try to take the head off of Mandime. But what if, Joe, stranger things have happened. What if Mandime is able to pull off the upset of the century, definitely the upset in the history of IWC? If he becomes the world heavyweight champion, what are we going to see going into the summer?
And we've seen updates, and we've seen upsets here in IWC Proving Ground in the past. We've seen the likes of John McChesney lose matches here at Proving Ground. People that never thought that would be possible. It's happened. Mandime could do it. Am I going to bet the farm on it? Not so much. But Wardlow's coming in, a man on a mission. Wardlow doesn't need to talk. His actions do the talking for him. But if Wardlow's temper gets the best of him, if we have Calvin, if we have Katie, if we have LeBar, I don't know what the moving parts are going to be. If there's one weakness of Wardlow, it could be that temper. Mandime has a chance, but man, what is he risking to get there?
Yeah, like you said, chance. And moving on to our second championship match of the night. This is one. This card here just gets confusing the more you get through it. Jackson Argos one-on-one with R.C. Dupree for the high-stakes championship. You got to be kidding me. This isn't going to happen, is it?
Well, I mean, this is Justin Plummer's revenge. Obviously, Jackson Argos is very motivated by championships. He's very motivated by individual glory. He has that reset button anytime he wants. Argos can push that button and change the dynamic of IWC's championship ranking system forever. This is an individual business. It's great to have friends, but as Chief Jay Strongbow said, you can make friends or you can make money, and I feel like the fragile egos of Argos and Dupree may let the high-stakes championship come between them. We could see the disintegration of Team Storm once and for all tonight.
And, of course, in high-stakes championship matches, the champion gets to choose the stipulation. What do you think R.C. Dupree has up his sleeve for this match with Jackson Argos? What stipulation are you going to pick, Joe?
I have no idea. I know RC has got to be very torn and conflicted. That's his best friend he's in the ring with. You don't want to fight with your best friend. You don't want to fight with your brother. But RC Dupree, I can't imagine this stemming into violence. But then again, I wake up today, I go on Facebook, and Jackson Argos says, I woke up in a bad mood. RC, I'm going to kick your ass tonight. They're not sugarcoating anything. They're not leaving anything to conjecture and speculation at this point. Team Storm are hot at one another.
Well, we'll wait to see what happens there. I'm not 100% on board with that opinion. But moving along, one of the top stars of Jakara Ophidian will go one-on-one with perhaps the man who made the biggest impact at this event last year, the American Daredevil, Johnny Patch. What a match. This could steal the show, Joe.
Imagine coming into your wrestling career and knowing you've got DJZ, you've got Gory, you've got some of the best in this business over the past decade plus right in front of you. Johnny Patch hasn't always won, but he's always given it his all. He has never met a dare that he has not enjoyed. But tonight, one-on-one with the venomous and vile Serpent of the Nile, Master of Snake Style, Ophidian. The snake mentality, it's not just a marketing slogan. The way he moves, the way he carries himself, he's so tough to scout for. He's so fluid in that ring, and he's very world-traveled as well. Johnny Patch has done a great job here in IWC, but somebody with a vast repertoire as Ophidian, I mean, DJZ comes close, but I'm not sure if Patch has faced anybody quite like Ophidian.
Well, moving on from one of Jakara's top stars to one of our top stars here in IWC, the former World Heavyweight Champion Andrew Palace is going to go one-on-one with the Jakara mainstay Dasher Hatfield.
I'll tell you what, Dasher Hatfield's looking to hit a home run tonight, but Andrew Palace has momentum on his side over the past couple of months. Andrew Palace, he's that frenetic energy. He's that frenzy. He wants to get back on top here in IWC. This showcase match will go a long way to help. Super Indie's just a few weeks away. That's the time everybody wants to shine. Palace would love to go into that night and a prestigious outlet like that with a big-time victory. Interpromotional match here tonight. This is bragging rights. Jakara and IWC, arguably the two top companies in Pennsylvania.
And everything we just mentioned, how about how we're kicking off the night, Joe? Gory one-on-one with Atticus Koger.
I know Atticus Koger well. I got the scars to prove it. I know him all too well. And I know Atticus and Gory have been running buddies over the months in other organizations across 8 different states. But Gory has not welcomed the Culmination to his home. When the Culmination got here, Gory was Super Indie champion, and his focus was on individualistic means. I think Atticus resents that a little bit, and we could see what on the surface could be two guys with a lot in common. Those tempers are going to explode here tonight. There is no alliance, no allegiance between Gory and Atticus here, and you talk about brothers wanting to fight. Other organizations, they're on the same page tonight. This is all about who's the toughest.
Well, Joe, that begs the question, if Atticus is able to pull up the perhaps upset victory, if you want to call it that, over Gory, will that change Gory's mind? Will Gory maybe accept the Culmination into IWC like he has those other promotions you speak of?
I mean, that's a great question. Atticus has proven himself. He's already contested for the tag team title. He made Keith Hot's life a living hell. Beat the hell out of Colin Delaney a number of months ago. But with an 8th seed still to be determined in Super Indie 18, everybody's clamoring, everybody's jockeying for position, everybody wants to be on that short list to get an opportunity. Gory and Atticus are two men not in that tournament yet. Could this matchup tonight have some implications on the Super Indie division?
Well, everything you just said is 100% true. This is a night of opportunity. It's a night of showing what you have, getting that opportunity to maybe get to the next level, as we've mentioned. Guys that just made their debut last night, the man Dime Elijah Dean, he's challenging for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship tonight. The American Daredevil Johnny Patch getting a huge challenge against one of the biggest stars in Jakara's history, Ophidian. It's all at 7 o'clock tonight here in White Oak, Pennsylvania. It's Proving Ground 8. Tickets will be available at the door. There's still plenty of time for you to get here. But, Joe, here's the big news. If you can't make it to White Oak, PA tonight at 7 p.m., don't worry. Follow the link on IWC's Facebook page to where you can stream tonight's event for free. Now, we know there's some other wrestling companies charging you an arm and a leg for their events this weekend. Tonight, Proving Ground will be absolutely free. It's at 7 o'clock. We want to see you here, but if you can't be here, we want to see your name on our email list. We're going to send you all kinds of information. We're going to get you IWC everything you need. My name is Nick Lendl alongside Joe Dombrowski, just a few short hours away. It's Proving Ground 8. Thank you for joining us here on the pre-show.